Amber Heard may have discovered a method to escape the $8.35 million debt that she owes Johnny Depp. Just when you thought that she had exhausted all of her trump cards, not only did she lose the defamation trial against Depp, but her countersuit amounted to next to nothing. However, the judge determined that she had to put up the money, at least, to file an appeal. Hello everyone, and welcome to another video. Today, we'll be looking at the new audio leaked by Johnny's lawyers about Amber Heard's planning to frame him. Yeah, you heard it right. So, what is the ultimate ace in the hole that Amber Heard and her legal team have played in the overall court case? Simply put, they allege that one of the jurors was a forger, and they made their intentions clear in the opening statement of their file. The statement reads, "For all reasons set forth above, and for the reasons set forth on the record during the hearings and at trial in the motions to strike Ms. Heard, respectfully request this court to set aside the jury verdict in favor of Mr. Depp and against Ms. Heard in its entirety. Dismiss the complaint or in the alternative order." A new trial says a statement filed July 1st in Virginia Circuit's courts by the Aquaman star's attorney, Amber Heard, further requests this court to investigate potential improper juror service and take appropriate action warranted by the results of the investigation. The 43-page memo declared the information on the jury panel list appears to be inconsistent with the identity and demographics of one of the jurors explained in the signed memo. Juror number 15 was apparently born in 1979 in 1945, as reported to and relied upon by the parties, including Amber Heard, in selecting a jury panel. The document goes on to say, given the requirements for verification of each juror, it appears the identity of the juror was not verified. It adds to the Old Dominion courts. It is unclear if juror number 15 was in fact ever summoned for jury duty or qualified to serve on the panel. This warrants an investigation by this court to determine if the juror was in fact summoned, and whether the due process right of parties was bypassed depends on the results of the investigation. This may justify setting aside the verdict in its entirety and setting this matter for a new trial. Evidently, there was an individual on the jury who was not intended to be there, and in a follow-up to this initial filing, Heard's team doubles in on what reportedly transpired. Juror number 15 was not the individual summoned for jury duty on April 11, 2022, and therefore was not a part of the jury panel and could not have properly served on the jury at this trial. The memorandum read, therefore a mistrial should be declared and the new trial ordered. The jury 15 and the individual originally summoned to serve on the jury reside at the same address, according to the documents. As the court undoubtedly agrees, it is deeply troubling for an individual not summoned for jury duty to appear for jury duty and serve on a jury, especially in a case such as this, according to the filing. Therefore, they have a motive to potentially have items discarded. Would you concur? So what precisely should we conclude from this? Actually, there's a great deal to analyze, including the possibility that this is the cause for him. His trial is both harrowing and terrifying because the court in the United States holds three things in the highest regard: the merits of the system, meaning that it is a fair and impartial system, and no false evidence presented by either side or those who take the stand, and no bias on any part, which includes the jury or the judge. In the past, court verdicts have been overturned due to corrupt officials, defense attorneys, and court officials. So, if there was someone on the jury who either lied to get there or didn't get there at all, that's an issue, and it absolutely should be fixed, if for no other reason than it's just unfair. Obviously, we can't speak to this juror number 15 and obtain their side of the tale just yet, but if we were able to single them out, that suggests that they had at least something on them. What's more, you would believe that one fake jury member wouldn't affect the system, right? Except one person can lead a hung jury or can help influence others to vote one way or another. Plus, what if one individual was secretly a great Johnny Depp admirer and in the jury as well? A memo dated July 1st asserts that the verdict should be set aside because it is excessive in light of the evidence and law. It states, further evidencing the confusion resulting from Mr. Depp's efforts to relitigate the 2016 domestic relations matter without the truth of the UK judgment, the jury's dueling verdicts are inconsistent and irreconcilable. The memo goes on to say, putting emphasis on both the volatile couple's temporary restraining order, punctuated divorce, the finding of defamation against Ms. Heard with a $2 million award is inconsistent with the finding of defamation against Mr. Depp with a $15 million award. That paperwork notes of what some saw as a head-scratcher of a decision that hurts a 2020 countersuit. The section is more in line with what many of you probably anticipated from this latest submission, stating that the jury awards to both sides were blatantly biased and illogical, especially when compared to the UK libel trial. However, as many have noticed before, During and even after the trial, including the judge in the defamation case itself, Depp's libel trial may have been truly rigged. Therefore, mentioning this case as evidence of wrongdoing in the United States is a bit of a stretch, if not an extreme one. Obviously, if the jury is unable to reach a verdict, the way that the evidence is presented will matter because a mistrial would be declared, which is what her camp desires. And that's all for today's video. What are your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments section down below. I hope that you found this video interesting, and if you want to see more videos like this, please consider subscribing to my channel. See you in the following video with some more of the latest updates, and until then, stay tuned.